1993. Three friends named Jensen, Chris, and Curtis met at a busy diner to talk about a big dream. They loved video games, but the graphics back then were blocky and slow. What if we could make computers see and draw like real life? Jensen asked, sketching ideas on a paper napkin. Chris and Curtis nodded, their eyes sparkling with excitement. They decided to start a company called Nvidia to change the world of play forever. Starting a company wasn't easy. Jensen and Curtis spent long nights in a tiny office filled with tangled wires and humming machines. They wanted to build a special chip called a GPU, a graphics processing unit. While a regular computer brain, the CPU, was good at doing one thing at a time, their GPU would be like 1,000 tiny artists all painting at once. It was a difficult puzzle to solve, but they refused to give up. At first, things were bumpy. Some of their early designs didn't work the way they hoped, and the company almost ran out of money. Jensen and Chris stood by their workstations, looking at the screens. They knew they were close to a breakthrough. "We just need to find the right path," Chris said. They worked harder, turning every failure into a lesson, fueled by their passion for technology. Finally, in 1999, they did it. Chris and Curtis launched the GeForce 256, the world's first true GPU. It was a powerhouse that could process millions of calculations every second. It made explosions look brighter, water look wetter, and characters look more alive. The gaming world was stunned. Nvidia had become the king of the arcade and the home computer. A young gamer named Leo sat in his room, his face lit up by the glow of his monitor. Thanks to Nvidia's chip, his favorite games looked like movies. He could see the wind blowing through digital trees and the reflection of the sun on a virtual lake. For Leo and millions of other kids, the magic inside the computer made the impossible feel real. But then, something even more amazing happened. A brilliant scientist named Mira noticed something special about Nvidia's chips. She realized that the 1,000 tiny artists inside the GPU weren't just good at painting, they were incredible at math. Jensen met with Mira to discuss her discovery. "Your chips can solve huge problems faster than any other computer," Mira explained. Jensen and Chris decided to open a secret door for all the scientists in the world. They created a platform called CUDA. This was like a special language that allowed anyone to use Nvidia's GPUs for more than just games. They could use them to study the stars, predict the weather, or even teach computers how to think. Jensen and Chris watched as their invention grew into something much bigger than they ever imagined. This was the birth of the Because the GPUs could do so many things at once, they were perfect for artificial intelligence. AI needs to see and learn from millions of pictures and words, and Nvidia's chips were the only ones fast enough to keep up with the work. Today, Nvidia is the engine behind the world's most famous AI, like ChatGPT, and even cars that drive themselves. Jensen stood next to a young student named Zelda, who was watching a smart car navigate a street all by itself. "The computer is thinking using our chips," Jensen told her. Zelda realized that the same technology that made her video games look cool was now helping the world solve its biggest problems. From a small diner to the top of the tech world, Jensen, Chris, and Curtis showed that a great idea can grow into something legendary. They didn't just build faster computers. They built a future where machines can help us learn, create, and explore. As Jensen and Chris looked out at a world powered by their vision, they knew the journey was only just beginning.